Hello, everybody, and welcome to iReadit, bringing you your daily dose of the internet for Monday, July 9th, 2018. I am Michael Schwahn, and Nathan looks fucking weird. Hang on, I'm fixing it. All right, and I am Michael Schwahn.
And I'm ArnieDidNothingWrong.
I fucking believe it. Please remember, everybody, you can help support this show by going to patreon.com/dailyinternet, picking up some of our merchandise in the link below, or sending us questions that you would like the answer to, regardless of their nature, origin, or topic. Because we are holding an Ask Us Anything on episode 500. This is episode 494. So next week on Wednesday, July 13th, nope, not 13th, 18th. On July 18th, we'll be holding that Ask Us Anything. Please join us for that milestone episode and get any questions answered that you would like. They may not be right answers, they might be weird answers, but we will answer them, and that is for sure. So, Mr.
DidNothingWrong.
ArnieDidNothingWrong. DidNothingWrong. Got it. Mr. DidNothingWrong, how are you?
Today was one of the busiest Mondays. We had 8 people in the back the entire day waiting to be served.
Why?
They're not served, I guess. Just 8 people in the back the entire day, constantly waiting to be processed, like waiting for us to help them. And like it wasn't like the same 8 people. No, it was just a constant stream of people to where we were always backed up.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you didn't have 8 people sitting there for 8 hours, because that'd be pretty atrocious.
That'd be fucking hilarious. Also, our GCI thing fucked up today.
Yeah, everybody's GCI thing fucked up today. If for what Nathan's referring to, GCI is our local service provider for the majority of landline phones, cell phones, and internet service, and they had an entire server go out today, which fucked everybody.
Yeah, it was not fun.
It was awesome. It was great. And it shows...
It was real rough when we couldn't take any card transactions.
Yeah, it just shows our dependency on a monopoly.
Yeah. So, great. And that's just going to keep happening because we don't have net neutrality or some shit. I mean,
it's not even a net neutrality thing. It's just a capitalism thing.
Everything is a net neutrality thing.
You say so.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was all right. I played a shit ton of D&D. I killed a character, and then so pissed. Okay, so his character died.
Okay.
He was a fallen Aasimar, so he was already really rare, right?
Okay.
He was a warlock barbarian. Well, they found a druid who could cast reincarnate, right?
Okay.
And as his class, he needed strength and charisma, which he got from fallen Aasimar.
Okay.
Well, he died. And then he got the reincarnation spell casted on him for a large amount. It was like 1,500 gold pieces or something. And he became reincarnated in a new body. But now he's a dragonborn, which gets the exact same stats. So instead of having a aura of despair around him at level 3, instead he gets a breath weapon, which is fucking gross.
Damn.
So yeah, I thought it would have been fun killing a character, but I guess I was wrong.
I concluded a campaign yesterday.
Oh, congrats.
Yep, they approached the final villain who had set the stage for them. One joined him, one agreed to have surgery done by the villain, one was bought off, and the other one gave up and walked away.
Yeah, it sounds normal.
Yeah, I was like, okay then. Well,
just a reminder, all of you guys suck.
Yep, all of you guys suck. In fact, one of them even was like, you know what? I heard there was a tale that I heard long ago about a particular bird that took on a god, and it didn't go so well. So you know what? I'm gonna just piece my way right out of here.
It would have been fine if you guys weren't cowards.
Yeah, one of them was interested in the tech that the bad guy had. The one that said the one was bought off, which was, whatever. I mean, if your character has a moral compass, that's questionable where you could be bought off, whatever. And then the other one had a severe curse that was placed on them, and it was like, I'll tell you what, if you don't want to fight me, I will remove your curse and send you home. And he was like, fucking deal, sick, sweet. And so afterwards, he was like, all right, I'm going to remove your curse, but I need you to drink this so that you are unconscious while I am performing the ritual, because otherwise it could be severely painful for you. And it was a dragonborn, the character was. And the bad guy turned him into a dragonborn Draco Lich to remove the curse. And said, well, you're healed now. You can go home. The flesh curse is gone. You can go on your merry way.
God damn.
It was excellent.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yep, no, the curse is gone. You're undead now, but whatever. Good luck, friend.
Being undead isn't the worst. You just don't encounter positive energy.
Yeah. Well, he was a worshiper of Bahamut, so we'll see how that goes.
Fun.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to talk about some news, friend?
No, we are podcast for D&D only
Oh,
now.
God, there's so many of those. Most of them suck.
Yeah, that's the difference between ours. Ours sucks slightly less.
Nice. Perfect.
5.
Trump sided with formula manufacturers to try to stop a pro-breastfeeding resolution at the United Nations.
This was submitted by Trump Starts World War III to Our Politics.
Wow, that's an amazing username.
It's probably accurate.
In any case,
Checks out.
So do you know that it is estimated around 823,000 children and 20,000 mothers each year die through things that could have been averted by breastfeeding?
I had no idea it was that large, but I
didn't
did
either.
know that it happened.
That is an impressive number. I'm not sure what that data is based off of.
That was one thing that we had to learn when we were doing, when I was learning child development and everything.
Anyway, there was a resolution that it was ultimately passed, so it's not like that we actually were able to block it or anything like that. But basically, it wanted to try to stop the inappropriate promotion of food for infants and young children, because while formula can be a substitute if you're unable to provide breast milk, it's actually not as good for the child as
Anywhere near as good.
Yeah, nowhere close. And
It's like, all right, so think about it like this, right? You have a lock. Breast milk is the key that fits perfectly in that lock, and you can turn it and it'll open and it'll be great, right? Well, formula is like, it's like lock picks.
a rusty lockpick.
It'll open, yeah, but it's not anywhere near as smooth.
I mean, it's real smooth in the drawers, if you know what I mean.
Are you talking about dick pics?
No, I'm talking about poop.
Oh, okay.
Big, nasty, smelly, gross swaths of fucking feces, because when you give a baby formula, that shit's nasty.
It is. Absolutely. Well, I mean, baby shit is gross either way, but still.
Yeah, but comparing a baby that's been fed breast milk and one that's been fed formula is like a whole
Yeah, there's an actual noticeable difference.
whole different terror involved. Anyway, the initial resolution was pushed forth by Ecuador, but then the United States tried to halt the resolution by essentially saying that they were going to punish trade measures and withdraw military aid from the country, which did, make Ecuador give in. And basically, it's
Yeah, that is bullying.
No, it's called blackmail, Nathan.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's both.
Sure, either way. You want to know who the main proponent for getting the resolution passed was?
Who?
Give me one guess.
For getting the resolution passed.
Yep.
Russia.
Yes. You are absolutely correct, because Russia was not interested in being bullied by the United States.
Yeah, of course. They're going to show it.
Yep. So, and they said that they're not trying to be a hero, but they feel that it's wrong when big countries try to push around very small countries.
Fuck you.
Especially on an issue that is really important to the rest of the world.
Fuck you, Russia. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Oh, man. They drove over a whole bunch of dead immigrants to be able to get onto that high road when it came to feeding babies.
Yo, motherfucking Putin is a suka blat.
Well, I'm assuming that means bitch something. What does blot mean?
I'm pulling it up because I don't remember exactly. It's fuck. A fucking bitch.
Oh, okay. But you said bitch fuck, not fucking bitch. Fuck.
Yeah, that's because grammatical stuff is different.
Grammar's made up anyway, so.
It's true.
4.
Where are the babies, Mitch? McConnell pursued from restaurant by angry crowd.
This was submitted by X-Fuck to Our Politics.
Fucking damn it. The goddamn
X-Blat!
username so far. Jeez. So, a group of angry protesters pursued Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell through a restaurant parking lot on Saturday, berating him with a mixture of immigration rhetoric and personal insults, basically based around his support over all of the zero tolerance immigration shit that's been going on. And, well, I don't care that he looks like a turtle. I mean, although... Oh, go ahead.
everyone should care that he looks like a turtle. He's giving turtles a bad name.
Now, one thing on Mitch McConnell is while he has been supportive of the President of the United States, Donald Trump's measure of zero tolerance on his immigration, he did speak against the separation of families, so I will give him that small little bone, but he is still supporting being an absolutely terrible human being. And it's interesting to see the people that lash back at the people that are surprised at the backlash of their actions. Like, if you do shitty stuff, you can't just expect that nothing shitty will come back to you.
Yeah, you can't. It's not possible.
Well, I mean, it's possible, but it involves a very large amount of tyranny.
But you're wrong. Because, because you're being an asshole, people will be assholes to you.
Yeah.
All of these fucking Christians need to realize, do unto others, right?
Right.
So if you're saying, hey, I'm not going to allow you into my country because you're a dirty Mexican, well, shit. Other people are going to be very offensive towards you. And I'm just going to say, a restaurant does not designate a safe spot for you.
No.
If you want a safe place, eat at home.
I think your home should be a safe place. I don't think people should come harass you at your house.
But I guess we don't need safe places anyways.
Yeah, it's very true.
Because fuck PC culture, right?
Exactly. Who cares about being sensitive or caring about others, Nathan?
Fuck your feelings, Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, yours too, Nathan. Yours too.
Fuck your feelings, right up your goat ass. And that's the difference, because I don't have feelings.
Wouldn't it be a turtle ass?
Wow. I just said that we're trying to not, compare them to turtles, because that's a derogatory thing for turtles.
Oh, okay. So goats are better?
Well, goats are fucking assholes.
Yeah, but can we go with sheep instead? At least, goats are intelligent and are pretty decent creatures. Sheep are
that's
stupid
why
fucking
they're assholes. No. Sheep are fine because you can just push sheep around.
Because they're dumb?
You can bark at sheep, and they give you wool, and wool is great. Goats, they give you goat milk, which is awful. They give you goat cheese, which is not bad, but still. And then they give you just pain. They eat everything. Everything.
It's true. They really do eat everything.
Goats are dicks.
They'll eat anything at all. It's amazing.
3.
Eighth boy rescue from the Thailand cave rescue, and it continues.
This was submitted by Australian Girly to Our Uplifting News.
So, have you seen how they're rescuing the 12 boys from the cave?
No.
It's really cool. So I'm going to give a shout out to somebody that we give a shout out to very often. That is Elon Musk and his company SpaceX. They actually
boring.
Yeah, well, no, in this case it was SpaceX. They developed a super, super small submarine, and basically what it is, it's a metal tube that is big enough for a person to squeeze in, like a mummy, and they pressurize it so that you don't have to worry about going
the bends.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about going underwater or anything like that. And then they can also pump oxygen into it. And it's small enough that it fits through all the spots where there's only room for a person to squeeze through. So they bring this little submarine over, squish a person into it, seal it, pressurize it, fill it with oxygen, or probably fill it with oxygen, then pressurize, whatever. And then they swim them back over, and then they go back and get another one, and then they keep doing that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really freaking cool. And so it looks like they should hopefully just be able to get all of them out of there without too much trouble.
Damn, that's some fucking science.
Science! Although it is unfortunate, we talked about him last week, the Navy SEAL that died trying to complete one of these rescue runs. So, but
was he successful?
I mean, his team is.
Okay, that's good.
So, but it is very cool. It is good to see that they are being rescued and that that entire situation. Because one of the solutions they are looking at is diving like 4 months worth of food to them and just having them wait in the cave until the rainy season passed and the water drained away.
They're gonna dive them 4 months worth of food.
Yes,
it's a lot of food.
Yeah, but that was considered that because if it wasn't for the submarine, that was going to be pretty much the only option because of how treacherous the dive is, and they're not the professional divers are having problems getting to and from. Like, we had a professional Navy SEAL die. And so the idea of trying to get a 12-year-old boy that has never went diving at all before to make that dive is unrealistic.
No, let's do it. All of them. Strap them up.
All at once. I'm sure nothing can go wrong.
Right in. This is nowhere near like The Descent, so I think they'll be fine.
2.
Logan director James Mangold warns that fandom backlash will push talent out of genre films.
This was submitted by Tom Hagen to Our Movies. So he is not wrong.
Yeah, the concept is basically what he's getting at is that anytime a new movie comes out, and regardless of the movie, if it has any level of actual fandom, so regardless of whether we're looking at there's a movie coming out recently with Scarlett Johansson that's about a transgender. If it's a superhero movie, if it's Star Wars, whatever, there is always some form of backlash. No matter what, you cannot appease everybody. But at this point, you can't even please more than, we'll say, like 60% of the vocal audience. And so the internet just ends up being a cesspool of anger and backlash for one reason or another. I mean, there's been multiple celebrities that have had to delete their Instagram accounts. Two major examples are Rey and Rose from Star Wars. They both had to delete their Instagram accounts for severe amounts of just the most horrendous negative statements about them.
Star Wars fans are picky bitches.
Right, but it's not even just Star Wars fans, just fans in general. Like, Harry Potter fans aren't much better either. Anything that you adjust or change is going to just be severely criticized. And
all right, so, like, I only have one real criticism when it comes to J.K. Rowling's method.
Sure.
Right? And that is, at one point, she had said that at no point in the books did she explain that Hermione was white.
Sure.
But there was a line that totally said that.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Well, maybe she didn't remember.
I mean, probably, but still, like, I don't know. I feel like if you're going to change something major like that, then you can at least go back and check.
Sure.
Because fucking George R.R. Martin has his books goddamn memorized.
Sure. But he's crazy.
Have you seen the thickness of those motherfuckers?
They're thick. Thick boy.
Yeah, very thick. Thickest of boys.
So, and it's the same is true in superhero movies as well, which is where James Mangold is coming from. Because there was a severe backlash around Logan and how it didn't quite fit the Old Man Logan storyline from the comics. And it's like, guys, lay off.
Okay. That I can be fine with. There's one thing Marvel's done wrong that I could not forgive when it comes to stuff like that.
What's that?
Civil War.
Yeah, that movie was atrocious and awful.
Not just that the movie was atrocious and awful, but they fucked up not only the feeling of the Civil War, like the storyline, but how it ends. Because how it ends, spoilers, is that Tony Stark murders Captain America. But they couldn't have that because they needed him in the next movie. So I propose you fucking wait on the goddamn Civil War until after so you can kill off whatever fucking character you want willy-nilly.
Yeah. Oh, well. It's too late now.
Yeah, it is. Fucking ruined it.
Oh, well.
1.
Woman dies following exposure to nerve agent in Amesbury.
This was submitted by Pokelane to Our World News.
So we had talked about them previously, the couple that have been exposed to the Russian nerve agent. We talked about them last week. The woman of that couple has now passed away. That is 44-year-old Dawn Sturgis from Durrington. She has died. The other one, the 45-year-old man, he is still alive, although he is in a critically ill condition, he is still in the hospital. They do not know if he is going to make it. But the important thing here is that they did, through their investigation, determine that there is no evidence that they visited any of the sites where there was decontamination going on regarding the attempted murders of Sergei and Yulia Skripal, which were the ex-Russian spy that had previously got exposed to a nerve agent. But because she died, it now goes from the concern to a full murder inquiry, which allows them to take it to a more extensive level when it comes to their investigation.
This entire situation is just so sticky, though.
Well, and like with Sergei, it was less confusing because it was pretty well established that it was Russia, but they can find nothing, no reason that these two people would have been exposed.
They just were exposed.
Mm-hmm. And that's the confusing part, is that nothing shows any reason for them to be the target of an attack.
Maybe it was an accident. Maybe there was an attack, or there was supposed to be an attack that got fucked up.
Well, it's either that or maybe Russia's literally just playing a roll of dice games because they enjoy watching the confusion caused. They enjoy seeing the havoc and the concern and stuff.
I can see Putin being like that.
Yeah, of like I don't care who it is, just fucking pick somebody, just fucking throw it in their face and walk away. Like he's like, I don't give a shit. I just want to see it on the news and I want to see them go, oh,
throw off their scent,
Sure, I guess. I mean, random. Some people just want to watch the world burn as long as it isn't their house.
I suppose it's real fucked up though. I hope that other person can make it, because like of these attacks, it's always been 2 people getting attacked and 1 person so far has died.
Yeah.
Well, 2 by technicality.
So I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me!
Nathan, what did you care about in the last 72 hours?
That there's a announced date for Monster Hunter on the computer.
It's in October, yeah?
It's in August.
Oh, they moved it up?
They moved it up. It is August 8th.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
However, it's just going to be base Monster Hunter so far, Monster Hunter World. So far, we won't have the Devil Ho, the Lunastra, or the Kulve Teroth.
That's fine. I mean, I've never played Monster Hunter before, and the people that I've talked to are like, Monster Hunter World is a good introduction because it's easier than most of the other Monster Hunter games.
And there's not nearly as many of them.
So, that'll...
Or at least monsters.
Yeah, I am excited about that because it'll give me an option to play Monster Hunter. I don't know if I will like the series, the franchise, the formula or not, because...
So good.
Well,
the older Monster Hunter was so fucking difficult, and that was really a big like catapultation. It's like it was like you have to get good.
Well, and unfortunately, Monster Hunter so long was locked away on mobile gaming, not necessarily like your cell phone, but on things like the PSP and Nintendo handheld devices. And
For the most part, I mean, I guess there was Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii. Monster Hunter 2 was on PlayStation 2. Monster Hunter 1 was on PlayStation 2.
Sure, those are I'm talking about in the last 10 years.
Right, but I would like to point out though that America has only gotten like 8 or 9 Monster Hunter games.
Sure.
Japan has 20.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So, but I am excited that this is coming out. I will definitely play it, although I'm not sure when. I actually have a lot of games on my table right now, so
it's a lifetime game.
That's good. I mean, Octopath Traveler comes out this Friday, and I'm pretty stoked about that. We'll see how much of my time that takes.
Funny story. Most of the monsters that you fight are actually easier to fight in single player.
Oh, neat. Well,
once you learn how to move past them and everything.
Once you learn how to not suck?
Yeah, pretty much. Really, it's just picking a starting weapon and learning the combo.
Sure.
Because, like, there's some really hard combos. For instance, Charge Blade is by far one of the hardest weapons to ever use, and I don't suggest any new player using it unless you're ready for it. But really, that's about it. All of the other ones are fairly easy. Insect Glaive is a little difficult when it comes to when you're trying to figure if you should be in the air or should be on the ground. And there's like 3 or 4 different ways to play Greatsword, and I think that's fairly great.
Cool. I cared about 2 things. One is just a quick shower thought, and that is we are afraid if we allow cyclists to share the sidewalk with pedestrians, they will hit them. So instead, we make them share the road with a bunch of 2-ton death machines.
Fucking my bus driver last week on Thursday, I want to say, got super pissed off because someone was biking in the road downtown. He was like, "Get out of the road! You're supposed to be on the sidewalk." And I had to butt in and be like, "Actually, they should be on the road." Because legally they have to be on the road.
Yeah.
They're on the sidewalk, especially downtown. They can get a ticket.
Yeah, it still feels shitty, though.
It does, it's unfortunate, right? But that's really why we should have more bike paths.
Yeah, you're right, but that requires money.
Yeah, which is stupid.
It is
because,
stupid.
like, every road that should be installed should automatically have a bike path attached to it.
So, the other thing that I cared about is the subreddit r/ThanosDidNothingWrong. So if you have not seen Avengers Infinity War at this point in time, goodbye.
Weird.
What?
Weird.
Weird. Submit your questions for our AMA piece. See you tomorrow. The last warning. So if you do not know what goes on in Infinity War, and you don't know about Thanos' origin, or Thanos in the comics, he was always trying to get the Infinity Stones, which are the stones that make up the fabric of the universe, essentially, and put them in the Infinity Gauntlet, which allows you full control over the Infinity Stones. Now, his reasoning for what he wants to do changes here and there, but basically what always ends up ultimately happening is once he has all 6 stones, 6 stones, he snaps his fingers, and half the universe disappears. Well, half of the living creatures in the universe disappears. And
I don't feel good, Mr. Stark.
Yeah, I don't feel so good. But in the movie, the reason that he believes is the case that you should do this is that there are a finite number of resources in the world. People are going to consume those too quickly, so he needs to remove half of everybody, and in which case it'll, 1, teach them to live within their means, and 2, further preserve life as the resources will have time to replenish themselves.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, and so that's why the subreddit Thanos Did Nothing Wrong appeared. It's also kind of a play off of Empire Did Nothing Wrong for Star Wars, but in any case, there you go. Well,
I feel like it's also kind of a play off of Magneto Was Right.
Sure, yeah.
I'm getting that as a tattoo. There are 3 villains in comic books that shouldn't be villains.
Magneto, who else?
Okay, so Magneto was right is the main important thing.
Okay.
Thanos did nothing wrong.
Okay.
Was the second one. And the third one was Gore was right.
Who?
So there's a storyline for Thor.
Okay.
Where they have this character called Gore. And Gore got pissed off on his planet because his family died. Because the gods didn't do shit.
Okay.
So he went and killed them.
Okay.
Then he made it his life mission to go around and kill all of the gods. So he met this god of bombs. And he tortured him into giving him this instructions on how to build a bomb that would kill all of the gods in all of space and time.
Okay.
So Thor has to stop this by going from regular Thor and he goes as regular Thor, picks up young Thor, and then goes and picks up old Thor to go all and fuck up Gore. But the important thing is that after he fucks up Gore, because Gore freaks out because his son was like, hey, by the way, because he has another son who ends up being like the fuel source for the god bomb, but his son was like, hey, you're actually like the god of deicide, so you would probably fucking die too, and it broke his mind and everything.
Okay.
So anyways, later on, during the Secret War, everyone's trying to find out who the fuck killed the Watcher, because the Watcher is dead. Spoilers. It was Nick Fury.
Oh, damn.
But Nick Fury also made a deal with Uatu to become the new Watcher.
Oh, okay.
So he's now the Watcher, and he says something to Thor, and Thor drops his hammer and can't pick it up anymore.
Oh.
At that point, his girlfriend who has cancer picks up the hammer, becomes Lady Thor for a while, and then because her cancer kept going more and more, it kept expanding more every time she picked up the hammer, she eventually sacrificed herself inside of the sun with Mjolnir, so both her and the men Mjolnir are destroyed.
Okay.
But the important thing is, it wasn't revealed for the longest while what Nick Fury had told him to make him drop the hammer and become unworthy. And it was Gore was right. And that Gore's main thing was that deities are very selfish and awful things and awful individuals, and they don't deserve righteousness, and they aren't righteous whatsoever. And by him realizing that, he dropped the hammer and couldn't pick it up anymore.
Sure, makes sense. Which
makes me really worried, because if it comes down to the wielder thinking they're righteous, wouldn't people like Doctor Doom be able to pick it up because he thinks he's a righteous individual?
Probably. So, I don't know. But the part of the follow-up to that conversation is that someone recently suggested that to follow Thanos' prospect on that is that half of the entire subreddit of our Thanos Did Nothing Wrong should be banned. Because balance, right?
And then like it quadrupled in size.
It actually almost I think it got 7 times bigger. Which is fine, but with the help of the people that run Reddit itself, that happened today. In fact, it's happening right now. They created a bot that is allowing that basically just, I don't know exactly how it works, but I imagine it goes through each person, probably rolls a 1 or a 0, and if it's a 1 you stay, if it's a 0 you're banned or something like that. And anyway, it's just going through and it's banning half the subreddit, mods included.
That's amazing.
It's been going for about 2.5 hours now is how long it's been banning people. I don't know how many people it's banned, but it's still going.
I mean, if you're banned, can you? No, you can't. You can't try and rejoin it. So yeah.
No. But you are directed to go join a subreddit called R in the Soulstone.
Okay.
And the reason being is
because you were banned, so you're in the Soulstone.
So you're in the Soulstone, and it is expected that once the Avengers undo the shit in Infinity War, that they will unban everyone on the subreddit because you will be released from the Soulstone.
I like it.
Yeah. Very cool, very interesting piece of Reddit happening right now. I also just opened Reddit to go look to see if the stream was still going. And one of the things I also want to include is we talked about the submarine that Elon Musk and SpaceX built to save those boys that were in the cave in Thailand. He didn't just send help. He is actually there because he just posted a picture from inside the cave.
Damn,
that he
that's
took.
fucking sick.
Yeah. Good on you, Elon Musk. You're awesome.
Yo, Elon is like...
He's
He's like a positive Batman.
He is the closest thing we are going to get to Tony Stark.
All right, Elon, stay with me.
You have a mission now, sir.
I need you to spend some time in an Iraqi cave with boxes of scraps.
I wish you luck.
I think you can do it.
All right, anyway, you ready to get out of here, friend?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, please remember that we are holding an Ask Us Anything on episode 500. That is next Wednesday, July 18th. Please submit your questions to us anywhere and everywhere that you can get in contact with us. If you're wondering where that is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Reddit. All of those are at iRedditCast. We also have an email, which is iReddit@Mjolnir.media. Mjolnir like Thor's hammer. That is, that's what we would ask.
That no longer exists.
Nope, it's been broken multiple times.
And you know what? And there have been multiple Mjolnirs made. For instance, while regular Mjolnir is a thing, there's also Mjolnir that Beta Ray Bill has.
Yeah.
Who, if you don't know who Beta Ray Bill is, go look up Horse-Headed Thor.
Yeah. In any case. Also, if you are looking for more ways to help us out, patreon.com/dailyinternet is a great place to start. You can also pick up some merchandise for yourself that also supports us. There's a link to our Teespring shop down in the links below. Otherwise, leave us a 5-star review on our audio-only platforms, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and anywhere else you find podcasts at. That helps us a lot because it helps other people find the show. Otherwise, you can follow me on social media at Schwahn Michael and Nathan at Bimmenstein. That was your 494th dose of the internet. I am Michael Schwahn.
And I'm Arnie to drink.
And please remember, everybody.
Well, I didn't vote for you.
Goodbye.
Bye.